Hello. Okay, so this is for the MIS 5350 students. This is what I would like you to do as soon as possible. I'm not going to grade this homework because it's just too simple, but I want you to create use case diagrams and class diagrams as per those handouts that I gave you. You should try and do this by next week. It won't take you more than a few minutes at most. And I'm not going to grade it, but what I will do next week, I will give you an assignment that will be graded where I ask you to create a more complicated use case and a more complicated class diagram. So you want to do this, okay? And this comes from the tutorial as I explained in class. So what are we doing? Well, the first thing, you have to start Visible Analyst, of course. And so I'll do that right here. And you'll notice when it starts up, it's the student edition. It has a project open. So you don't want to start drawing these diagrams in that existing test project. So the first thing you have to do is you have to save the project to another name. So what I recommend is saying new file, new project, and perhaps a good name would be MIS 5350, and then your name, your first and last name. And my first and last name is GEOFFHUBONA. It's all caps. You can't change that. Okay, and so this way you're not putting diagrams in that existing test project. So you say, okay, and it takes a second thinking about it, and then it will ask you, it automatically defaults to this. You can do this on the file menu as well. You can say file new diagram, but it knows that the first thing you're probably going to create is a use case. So all you have to do here is just say, okay, and you can get rid of this annoying little announcement because it just gets in the way. Note you can also resize this thing. I've got a large screen here, and if I resize it to max, this is my only drawing area, so it's kind of pointless to do that. But you can also resize the size of the drawing area here 100%. Well, actually 100% is better, I suppose. So you might go up to 100% and then resize the window so you have the maximum space over here to draw. Okay, so what are we doing? We're creating that use case that was in that handout. This use case is called driver registration system. And you might read the preliminary few pages that just talks about what use cases are. The exercise actually starts on the 4th or 5th page. Okay, so the first thing you want to do, you can do these several ways. The toolbar is probably the easiest way to do it. So the first thing you want to do is select the system boundary, which is this one, and drop it anywhere in there, and it will automatically ask you for a name, and the name is going to be driver registration system. And all you have to do is say, okay. And notice it puts the name in the middle, but as soon as you add use cases to it, that will change. Now, don't click on the screen again because it'll create another use case. So what you need to do is go up here and change to select, and then you're going to fiddle with the size of this. Make it sizably bigger because you're going to have to put several use cases in there, and you're going to have to put some actors over here on this side. So something like that perhaps is sufficient. And so now we're going to add an actor And the first actor is registrar. So you just go up here and you click on the actor icon and drop it about a third of the way down in the available white space there, and just name him registrar. And say OK. And then we're going to need a second actor, driving examiner. So you're already defaulted. It retains the current mode that you're in, so you don't have to do anything but just click again and enter the name, driving examiner. And say OK. Okay, now we're going to add use cases. So you do have to change the mode, and you can do that by going up to the toolbar and select use case. And there are 5 of them that we have to put in here. So first one is register applicant. Say OK. Next one, collect payment. Say OK. Third one, issue license. Say OK. Fourth one, schedule driver test. Say OK. Let's make this a little bigger now. Like this. Notice that the name of it popped up there. It finally figured out that I have use cases in there and needs to put the name on the tab. Fifth one, conduct driver test. Don't forget to change mode if you want to do something different. And you simply change mode by clicking a different icon. It retains the mode that you last clicked. When I say mode, I mean what sort of object it's going to put on the drawing space. Okay, so much for that. So we've got our 2 actors and we've got our 5 use cases. Now we need to create all the associations. And so a regular old plain vanilla association is the communicates line. It's a solid line. It says communicates. So we need one from registrar to registrar applicant. Note, to do this, you have to click with the left, point at the registrar, click with the left mouse button and hold it down. Don't let go. And drag it over there anywhere. And you don't have to say anything. And because we're not filling this out, the OK button is grayed out, but that's fine. Just click cancel. Okay, and there it is. And you'll still be in the mode of drawing communication lines. So we need one from registrar to issue license. We need one from registrar to schedule driver test. We need one from driving examiner to schedule driver test. We need one from driving examiner to conduct driver test. Okay, so that takes care of all of our plain old vanilla associations or communications. We need one more here, and let's give it a little room. Notice I put it back in select mode so I can move these things around. We need an extends relationship from register applicant to collect payment. I'm sorry, not extends, includes. We need an includes. Includes, recall that includes, when there's an includes relationship from a base case to the included use case, the included use case is always called 100% of the time. That's in contrast to extends. Extends are exceptions, and sometimes they're called and sometimes they're not. So you want to go up here and get the includes, not extends, get the includes mode, click on that second dotted line button, and it'll tell you what it is when you hover over it, so you'll know you have it. And then drag again, click down on the left mouse button from Register Applicant over to Collect Payment. And you don't have to name it anything. Go back up here into Select so we can get rid of the heavy blue there. And that's pretty much it, okay? Note include and extends are always by default named within the little whatever these things are called, little brackets. Okay, and then save it. Say File, save your diagram. You've already saved the project as MIS 5350, first name, last name, but you want to save the diagram. So all you got to do is just click Save. And then you got to name it. You're naming the diagram, not the project. So I would suggest something like MIS 5350 example use case. Oh no, let's do this. Let's say DMV use case. Okay, and then say OK, and then save your project. The last thing you want to do is save your project. So you have to save the diagram separately from the project. And I think it is already saved, actually. Okay, so that's it. Let's see what happens when we close it up, if it asks if we want to save it. Nope, it knew that. Okay, so that's it for the use case.